Hey Stampers, I'm Meg from LovenStamps, and this is Maker Mornings with Meg Friday. Woo, woo, you gotta do your Friday dance. I have a project to share with you, which is really excited because we have 2 new catalogs. So we have Sale-A-Bration, which just started this morning, so get excited about this. I'll talk more about that because our stamp set uses it, or our stamp set is from that catalog. And whoops, folding over the mini catalog for July through December, which has the Christmas trees on the front. So excited about all those things. Perfect for Christmas in July, and also for lots of things not Christmas. So if you're not quite ready for Christmas yet, don't worry. I'm going to show you some really great ideas for using some of those things, because our card this morning uses something from a Halloween suite, not for Halloween, something from another suite just for fun, and I think the most fun stamp set from the Sale-A-Bration Mini Catalog. So, all right, that being said, are you guys ready to see some stamping? This is my mini kickoff to the new catalogs, because I'm going to have our big party, our big kickoff party on July 5th, 7 o'clock Central Time in the evening, and that'll be like all my samples and all the things. I have our stamp set today, and I have our project plus 4 extra samples with that one, but I have way more to show you next week. So I just didn't want you to have to wait. I know people have already placed orders this morning, so. And I realized that I did not get the stamp set out. So let's see, I am going to give you 2 seconds to check all that out, and or things in the background or whatever, and I'm gonna grab that set. So let's see, here we go. Okay, it is, here we go, Hippest Hippos, which are super darling. So, and they're stars in our card. They're not red, white, and blue, so they're not really like 4th of July stars, but happy 4th of July weekend to you guys. Thanks, Kathy. And happy Canada Day to our Canadian friends. Hope you guys are celebrating today. So let's flip our camera down and get started with a fun Friday project. The month of, I just found out, the month of, what is this, July now, is also National or World Watercoloring Month, which I didn't realize. So we're going to actually do a watercoloring technique this morning, so we have perfect timing. This is a great and easy watercolor technique that uses probably stuff you already have on hand. It uses a clear block that you have, and it uses a, let's see, I think, sorry, our camera's a little bit like skewed there. So, and a Stampin' Spritzer or some kind of water spritzing tool. So it doesn't have to be the Stampin' Spritzer necessarily. If you have a Stampin' Mist bottle, because you are a Stampin' Mist fan, know that you can use that Stampin' Mist, and works also. So, you guys ready? Let's get going. I have our cute stamps, and I am going to go ahead and keep my extras there in my container. I'm going to go ahead and grab their little ballerina one and the greeting that says always on point. I think this is just really fun. You're so hip. Love you a ton. The puns just go on and on. What's more fun than a pun, right? Okay, so I'm going to grab my ballerina, and I'm going to grab my always on point. That block's pretty big, but we'll make it work. And we are going to kind of get started. So for our card, I actually wanted to use this hippo set, but I didn't want to necessarily have to use the dies. So there are 2 different items here. This is the stamp set, and it is one of the things that you can get for free with a $50 order. And then there is also the fabulous die set. And this die set is so much more than just the hippos. And honestly, if you're a summertime fan, you will love having just this die set, even without the stamp set with the hippos, because the hippos are really just 3 of the things in here. And then there's all these cute little accoutrements for the hippos, or for whomever or whatever you want. Like if you had a cute raccoon stamp or something like that, you could use these, or you could just use these summertime fun things on their own. So that is a separate celebration item. So you're definitely gonna wanna check those out. But so I wanted to make kind of a fun card, but I didn't want to necessarily have to die cut my hippo. So I wanted to give our hippo a fun background place to sit. And so that is where our watercolor block technique is going to come in. So I have 2 ink pads, Blushing Bride and Polished Pink. And I am going to go ahead and do ink my block purposefully. So usually we're trying to keep ink off of our block, but I'm going to go ahead and ink it on purpose. So I really love that the blocks are clear and that I can turn my pad upside down, or sorry, have the ink side up, not, you know, using it this way or whatever, so that I can see where the ink is going to go. And then I want my ink kind of, I don't need the whole block inked, just about like that. Okay, can you guys kind of see where that is on there? So I have my ink on my block, and then I'm going to take my spritzer, and I'm going to, let's see, I'm going to use the back of something plastic here. So here's the back of a Designer Series paper package, because I don't want to get ink on my paper. So usually when I do this, I'd set a paper towel down or even a towel, but I want you to see it. So I'm going to do it on here, and I'm going to go ahead and spritz this a few times. There we go. There we go. Okay, so we see how that's kind of, I'll sort of beat it up now. Set my wet paper pack aside. And then I'm gonna go ahead and apply that directly to my cut shape here. And this shape is from the Stylish Shapes dies, which I have told you are my absolute new favorite from the catalog that came out in May. So if you don't have this yet, you're definitely going to want to get those. And during celebration, it's a great time to stock up on things like this because you get extra free items with them. So you might, I don't know, I always hear from people like the first time they look through, and even me, like, oh, I'm not so excited about all of the, there's one that I really, but you know what? By the time we're done, I promise you're going to want every single one. So just plan on getting them. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and take my block, and I'm going to apply it here directly to my cardstock. And when I press down, I get that fun and pretty smudge. Now, if you wanted to do more of these, you could go ahead and do more of them. You can respritz the stuff that's already on there, the ink that's already on there, or you can go ahead and clear it off and then re-ink and so forth. But it dries relatively quickly, and I'm just using regular cardstock. You would get a little bit different effect if you were using watercolor paper. So I'm going to set this aside for a second to let it dry. Now, in order to back this, I wanted something that stands out, but doesn't really totally distract. So I went with the star paper, and this is from, like I said, the Halloween section of the book. It's the black and white designs paper, but I promise you it is not just for Halloweens. And remember, like in these samples, you can use a spritzer to color these. You can use sponging, you can use blending brushes, but all of these papers here have been highlighted with extra color. So, or you can just use it like in black and white or gray and white like we're doing here. So you don't think that that's just a Halloween page. It is definitely not. So I'm gonna layer our stars. We're gonna do the gray and white, or gray and black side here on a piece of Blushing Bride cardstock. And this piece here, let me measure it for you. My gray cardstock is 3.5 by 3, which means that my layering piece is 3 1/4, or 3 3/4 by 3 1/4. And then we're gonna go ahead, let's see, I think this is dry enough. We're gonna go ahead and stamp here with our hippo. So we're gonna give our hippo ballerina a fabulous place to stand, and that is going to be here. Okay, so she's not just floating on a circle, she has standing on a pretty background. Okay, so she has a little stage. And then actually we're gonna use this again because we're gonna use that always on point greeting. Let's see, so are you guys getting excited about celebration? Do you have a favorite new thing to be looking forward to? So I'm gonna go ahead and stamp this You're Always on Point. Okay, so now we have our elements to bring together on our card. Now for card background, I was trying to decide, you know, do I use white? Do I use one of the pink colors, polished pink or so forth? And I decided that I really like the basic black cardstock with it because it really lets the pinks on the front shine. Okay, so it really focuses there, your attention on our cute hippo. And then I wanted to add some kind of like extra element here. We have our repeated circles to go here. And I wanted to add some kind of like element to focus on our greeting so that it brings that out and it's not so, the focal goes to the hippo spot. So I'm going to bring in a piece of the Splendid Day Designer Series paper. And Splendid Day is actually from a suite in the holiday catalog also. It's one that you may have seen around because the demonstrator, Stampin' Up! Did a fun demonstrator event, like an all stamped together kind of day, and Splendid Day was the Splendid Thoughts and Splendid Day was their focus for that. So it was called Creativity Now and it was super fab. So another perk that you get from being a demonstrator is access to events like that, online events and in-person events. So Vacation Stamping School is coming too. We've got registration up and running for that. So make sure you ask me if you have questions about Vacation Stamping School. But I've got just a little tiny sliver of that paper here. And I think I'm gonna go ahead and trim the second edge of it so that we have sort of our parallel lines. There we go, kind of like that. All right, so let's get this hippo put down. And this would be just a really fun card for somebody thinking of you, or somebody did something awesome, or a thank you card. Just always on point is such a fun sentiment. So I'm gonna flip this to the back, make my life easy by just popping Stampin' Dimensionals above and below to hold that together so I don't have to have extra glue involved or anything like that. And I'm going to place this here on our card with the overlap. Okay, so we've got that kind of sticking out the side. And then I'm gonna flip this over and add to the back. The pink, thanks. Tanya says she loves the colors, and Trish said the pink pops. Yes, oh my gosh. Black and white and pink is such a great timeless combination. So it really kind of adds a little bit of a softer touch to the black, but sort of like a strong girly kind of look. So, all right, now we clearly need some bling on here. Don't forget, or don't worry, I haven't forgotten. So I have my adhesive back seasonal sequins, which are these guys here. And these are in the catalog as a Christmas item also. So like I said on our theme here, Christmas items, not just for Christmas. Think about using those outside. So let me show you where these are in the catalog. They're included in the embellishment share that I am doing. So if you want samplers of the designer paper and embellishments, I'll add the link to the video description. I don't think it's there right this second. If you're watching later, it'll be there. But these are from the Sweetest Christmas Candy Cane Suite. These are the totally Christmas looking sequins. So we're gonna use these pearlescent ones here. The gold, of course, you could use for anything. The green could be cute for flower cards, not Christmassy. The red, of course, could be used for things not Christmassy too. Together, they look Christmassy. Apart, you can use them for whatever you like. So I'm just gonna grab a couple of these. I'm gonna pop one down here so it's really easy to spot, and then I'm gonna add one up there and put this back. Now, if you're curious about how I open this, you will want to be very careful, but basically I took my scissors and scored 1, 2, 3 sides of it, and then all I have to do is just open this little flap, and then I can close this little flap back up, so it keeps my sequin safe. I'm all about figuring out how to open the packaging, right? I think it's all those years of like unpacking toys. When they went to like toy packaging with those little like twist ties in it, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm glad my kids are past this age because those things are hard to get off. Anyway, there is our very fun, very Hippest Hippo card from the Sale-A-Bration Mini Catalog. Are you guys ready to see some other Hippo projects? I have 4 other ones to share with you. because one of the fantastic things that we do as demonstrators, optional of course, is to trade cards. And so when I have like a huge basket of cards like this, they usually come from cards that I've made and from cards that I've swapped. So for example, I made 15 of these and sent them into the swap hostess for our team. LovenStamps group always does swaps for new catalogs. So I sent them in, and then the host sent me back 15 different cards so that I had more samples to share. So let me show you these. This one is by the fabulous Kim Peck, and she used the same technique that we used today. So this technique that I shared, I have another card. Let me see if I can pull it up here eventually. But she used the same kind of block technique. This actually is a stamp that is from, I can't remember the name of the stamp set, so if you remember, name it. But you could also get the same or similar effect by stamping with your watercolor blocks. So same idea, to have sort of a fun like watercolor background. And then Kim used the dies to go ahead and cut out her hippos. Let's see, this card is from the fabulous Rachel Chamberlain, and she was actually our swap hostess, so thanks, Rachel. She's super speedy. She used one of my favorite, these contour scallop dies, and did a really cute coloring, and look how cute that little flower is on there. Hey, you really are the best. Just a really great way to show off these cute hippos. Let's see, here is another one, Mel Lampert, and she got all of the super fab hippos in her project, and some of those dies that I was telling you about. So she did coloring for these, and then you can see like the little umbrella, the little heart, the little flowers. These are all from that hippo dies coordinate that goes along with these little hippo guys. And then my last one is from Mary McNeely, and she used the hippo and this, what's the name of that word, stamp set? Something wishes, biggest wishes maybe, which I adore. And I love the repeated stamping that she did on here, and how she lined those up and then just accented it with a cute hippo on the side. So card opens like this. Cute, right? And she used that contour die that actually Kim did too. This one's from the same set, and then this one. So clearly, when you're thinking about things that you might want to add to your everyday stamping collection to earn those free celebration items, some of those shape dies from the back of the catalog are a great way to be earning those celebrations, because really getting extra free stamps to go along with them is always a good plan. So let's see, lots of good card ideas there for the hippos. So if you didn't initially think like, oh my gosh, the hippos are so cute, like I did, then hopefully they're growing on you because of all the fun things in there. And like I said, those dies, the hippo dies, which are I think called like Hippest dies, are just, hippo dies, Hippest Hippos and hippo dies. They are fabulous summertime. So even if you leave off, those ones right there with the hippo shapes, the little boats and the little buckets and the little scuba stuff, they're just absolutely darling little sunglasses. You can use them for lots of different projects or as just images on their own. So, well, everyone, I hope that you have a fantastic Friday planned and a great holiday weekend. We'll be back not on July 4th, but on July 5th in the evening. So not at our morning, Make Our Mornings with Meg time, but in the evening at 7 p.m. Central Time. And I will have many, many cards to share with you that really will show off a lot of things from both of the new catalogs that start today. If you have things that you want right away, of course, don't wait, just get them and make the most of that new book. And then I wanted to show you too, just really briefly, this is the planner set. So this is the Making Plans collection. It comes with a planner, a fabulous planner and stamp set that will be great for lots of things. It has stamp that say like to do and goals and do this today on this day. So it's sort of a memory slash, a memory keeping slash planning stamp set. And it has lots of cute little elements. You get a set of 3 of these notebook trios. So these are kind of a fun way to be keeping notes. We were talking the other day about how you keep track of the stamp projects that you love. And I love that they're blank. So they make for great like sketch pages as opposed to like things with lines on them. Wait, are they all blank? Oh, one's lined, one's, oh, hey. Okay, one's lined, one's dotted, and then one's blank. So that's kind of a fun combination. And then this giant pack here of all of the calendar pages and stuff that you can add to it. This whole package is available exclusively for new demonstrators who sign up during Sale-A-Bration now. So you would get this in addition to all the things in your starter kit. So there's information about this on my website, but it includes a mess of really pretty adhesive sticker things, tabs and so forth. It includes pages for weekly priorities, for creating purpose, for monthly focus, and of course the calendar pages that you would want. And then it includes like all the things here that you might want for like numbers if you're, you know, organizing things and stuff like that. So there's 12 of them, so it could be one for each month or however you want to use this. It's a really nicely thought out set of supplies and pages that you can really customize to use this however you want it to be. I mean, if you wanted to make this a scrapbook and put pages in here with like, you know, memory keeping kinds of things, you could totally do that. If you wanted to use it as a planner, just really whatever, however you want to use it. So, all right. Trish says she loves the planner bundle. It is beautiful. I am kind of in love with this floral pattern that Stampin' Up uses on different things. And the colors are just like perfect. I said the other day, I love coral. I didn't realize that I did, but I own lots of it. So one of my favorites. All right, guys, I'm so glad you're enjoying things. I will see you again on Tuesday. In the meantime, enjoy. Use the links in the video description to get all the supplies for our cute hippo card. Remember to use the hostess code, host code for the month of July if you're ordering under $150. If you're ordering $150, you get Stampin Rewards. So don't use the host code. Just go ahead and put your order through. Just make sure my name's at the top. And then you will get to pick out your rewards as you shop. So happy stamping, guys. Have a great Friday, a great weekend, and I'll see you on Tuesday. Bye-bye. Thanks for being here.